Morning. Thank you for joining. Working on the GCI STYLE flash this morning. Getting an overall outline on the drawing with the inks. Good morning. This is my version of the Flash. Changed up the costume a little bit. Always thought he should have goggles. If he's going that fast, the speed of sound, should have some eye protection, in my opinion. Hello, Danny. It's going good. How are you doing today, Danny? Got more snow coming down outside where I'm at. Awesome. Hello, Jack and Max. Thank you guys for joining. So, yeah, this channel and my live streams are specifically dealing with DC content. As we all know, Warner Brothers got bought out by Netflix. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Max. So we're waiting to see what that... Yeah, I am talking to you, Max. Yay. I really appreciate you posting a comment and being on here, watching the video. Appreciate all the support I get from you guys. Okay. Does that mean you're happy? To family? Or is that a life choice? I don't know. Thank you, Ellie. Okay. Young lady, you're in a 30-minute timeout. Thank you, Ellie, for subscribing and giving me some support. We get some crazy people on here this time of the morning. Thank you, Max. Yeah, the group we had on here yesterday, one of them requested that I draw my version of Flash, so here he comes. Can you give me 5 facts about the character? Ahmed. I am... Yeah. Easter egg. trying to get my drawing started. And this would be the Barry Allen flash. So in comic art, we typically come in with inks, black ink for the shadows. That's the, after your pencil drawing, the inks, which are black, are the next phase. So I'm using a brush pen. It's an XWT microline pigment pen brush, just to lay out the larger areas that would be in shadow. It really comes together once you start the color process. Probably. I've got a, let's see, I've got an 8-drawer organizer. I've got containers of markers and pens all over the place. This is the most current one that I bought. It's kind of a generic form of a micron. These are some of my older ones. I just keep around as they get older, so I can use them up. I have acrylic markers. I've never worked with acrylic paint. And those acrylic markers are pretty cool. Thanks, Max. Yep, come on back when you get a chance. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, I reached 1,300 subscribers yesterday. Nice landmark. So I appreciate all your support. Hello, Kent. Thank you for stopping by. This video will probably go at least 40 to 50 minutes just with the ink, and then I'll be doing another one probably around 30, 35 minutes with the color. So we're looking at it, hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes to finish this. This drawing took, I think, around 40 minutes just to do pencil part of it. I've been getting requests for it. I get enough requests, I'll start doing some tutorials. I'll do recorded videos, not so much live streams on different things. Maybe venture out to some live stream tutorials, but kind of develop my own technique. Yes, this is the Flash from DC Comics. And it's kind of my take on the Flash, my version. Changed up his costume a little bit. Bye, Captain. Yeah, I do have one video of Sir Noir out. It's a time-lapse drawing I did. I have to go back into the archives to find it, though. Yeah, I do strictly DC content on this channel. I have another channel called Gibson Book. If you search Gibson Book, that's where I do my Marvel content. And I've just started working on it here lately. The viewers are starting to grow. Thank you everybody for the likes. I'm gonna darken this in a little more. Be a little bolder with this shadow on the outside of the quad. Yeah, so the name of my channel is GCI Gibson Cover Illustrator. I started this 7 years ago. I was just kind of documenting how I drew my own comic book covers. So here in my studio, I have comic covers that I've done since about 2003. And I was actually working on one when I started my channel, a Hulk, and that's right at the time, 7 years ago, at the time Stan Lee died, so I dedicated that cover of the Hulk to Stan Lee. Yes, my advice would be to, if you really are interested in doing a comic book, would be to draw every day. Every time you have an idea for a storyline and characters, jot it down in its own notebook. But the most important thing, if you want to do the complete comic book, is to draw every day, draw different angles, draw different characters, use reference from your favorite comic book artists, and just try to replicate what they do to the best of your ability in your own way. And draw different angles. I've actually started my own comic book, and I have a few pages of it done. And so when you're doing pages or cover, this is the type of stuff you would do to decide on your cover. Hello, Kent. So you would do just like I call them concept art, just deciding a pose, an angle, and a look for the cover character. When you're doing the interior pages, you do a series of small thumbnail sketches for the panels and get the layout the way you want it. But you always start with pencil, and you start really loose, and don't be afraid to erase as you go in the early stages until you get a design that you like or a look that you like. When it comes to figure drawing, keep it simple. Like when you're laying out a character and you're first starting out, this is the kind of character you'd want to have. Just something basic. So, okay, so I want a stoic pose, and so you draw something like this. And then even smaller, like these smaller gesture drawings, when you're doing different angles and pictures for panels. You can do layout drawings like this first and get an idea of what you want to do without spending a lot of time. And you can decide on layouts and poses. with quick gesture drawings like that. But it's just good to keep it light and general until you decide on a look that you like. And don't get too, attached to your drawing as you go. Keep it light so you can kind of make adjustments. I always lay out faces like that, and then use this line for the brow line and put the eyes in, a couple of dots for the nose. You just draw like that. Keep it loose so you can decide, what you want it to look like and make your changes before you're too far into it. Yep, mine's superhero favorite is Superman too. But, hello, Max. Thanks for making it back. Which one is this? I'm gonna go a little smaller for this facial features. Here comes the faces. I like to use the 005, one of the finest pointed. Pigment pins that they make. This newest set actually has one that's smaller, 003, which I've never had one that fine before. You're going sway. Oh, you're going away. Which I'm doing the flash right. Would you like to see one of my Superman drawings? This, I can go back in the sketchbook a few pages if you'd like to see a Superman that I've done recently. Okay, so this is my version of Batman, James Gunn universe. Hopefully that'll still be a thing. This is a brown bat, my version that I've designed of the Batman. You'd be a version of Batman from London, England, instead of from Gotham. This is an original character of mine called the Executioner. And this is my version of Superman. I've been drawing Superman Oh, you like the brown bat? He does pretty well, those brown bat drawings. This is for my channel. This is my Ghost Rider for and then I did an Absolute Superman while I was on in November 23rd, 24th. I did this on the live stream. And an App Flash. And that was for my other channel. And here's another brown bat. And here's another brown bat. Hello, memester. Another old Superman I did. Yeah, I've got a lot of drawings. Absolute Batman. That one turned out pretty good. I'm doing good. How are you? No, Donovan, I can't do that. I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. Thank you everybody for joining for a few this morning. Oh, that's Optimus Prime I did for a guy on my other channel. One of my subscribers didn't like it, so I stopped. Okay. Thanks. Yep, so if you notice, my version of Flash has goggles. I think he would need eye protection if he's running that fast. Line weight and thickness is how you really get point across. Thank you, Memester. Appreciate the subscriptions. When you guys decide to do that, it really helps me a lot. Keeps me relevant in the algorithm. Yeah, I'm on here every morning about this time, a little earlier during the week. Catch you guys that have been up all night or in other parts of the world or online at the time. So with comic books, back in the day, all they had was like 3 colors. What should you post? What type of content do you do? What's your channel about? Is it comic book related or what is it? And you post what you know and what you're passionate about. I know and am passionate about superheroes, so that's what I upload. Hello, baby. Baby lady. Rants. Well, I would suggest you get more specific with what you want to do with your channel and be consistent. And you build up a rapport and your videos keep going out there and getting more and more relevant. And the algorithm keeps pushing them. But you pick a genre. When I first started this back up a year ago, I was doing Marvel, DC, cartoon characters, and it was doing okay, but it didn't really take off until I focused it just down to DC character, DC art on this channel. And once I got specialized like that and consistent, that's when channels started to grow a lot faster. I'm averaging 5 to 10 view hours a day. That's all my content that's out there. Like I said, this morning I topped 1,100 subscribers. I practice a lot. STYLE. Yeah, that's what artwork's all, or drawing is all about, is practice, repetition, putting on the paper the vision you have in your mind. So this is completely my version of the Flash. The techniques that I've developed over the years, drawing these characters over and over. I draw Superman a lot. I draw Batman a lot. Can't think of something that really, you know, appeals to me. I always go back to, yeah, I can show you how to do it. Get a piece of. All right, let's say you want to draw. I'll stop my Flash for a minute. Okay, this is what the pencil I always start with. It's got the thicker lead in it. Thank you, Ian. And so whenever I'm going to start a character, let's say okay, here we go. When we're going to start a character, we draw the head. The head is basically an oval around it at the top. Almost looks like an egg. So that's what you start with. And if it's Batman, I'll just do like that. So then you can kind of square out the jaw a little bit. But it always starts with the face and the head to get your... And then I bring down a center line. And then I do a brow line. Neck is simple, so we'll do a straight on view. That's what I started with. So I just draw top, like basically the collarbone and top of the shoulders are going to be, and kind of the rib cage. Of course, you want to make sure it's big enough proportion to the head. So you lay in where the chest is going to be. And then with the arms, you rough those out. A couple lines for the shoulders. Bring these lines in for the chest muscles. The back muscles or latissimus dorsi. But this is how you lay it out. Just look at reference drawings, you know, some of your favorite artists, and just kind of replicate what they do. But you keep it simple like this and get a structure going. The trunk. And just very basic shapes for the legs to get everything laid out so you have your basic structure. Then you start coming back after that with details, like finishing up the ears. Of course, with this bigger lead, you can't do too fine of details. It's more for the layout. That's how every drawing starts. And once you can do this on a rigidly, and you're happy with these basic structures, then you start, like with Batman, you lay out the cape because you don't want to get too detailed on these shoulders. They're going to be covered over with the cape. Come in with the cape, keep it loose. Loomis? No, I didn't read Loomis, and I'm not him. I'm GCI, Gibson cover illustrator. And then you lay in where the belt's going to be, the utility belt. Yeah, just practice making these over and over. And don't worry about detail at this stage. You just want to get all these shapes in. Like for the kneecaps, I'll just draw a few simple lines where the muscles are going to be. Once you have this stage done, then you can start erasing lines you don't want, dark lines that look closer to what you're trying to do, and start adding detail like I'm doing now. Just learn how to do those basic structure drawings, keep it loose, keep it light. And then you just start erasing the things that don't look right, that aren't what you want to do. And then once you get that drawing cleaned up and sharp, then you come back and this is pretty much the channel for that, the how-to stuff. I don't have a lot of how-to videos out yet. But people have just recently started asking me about that here. So I think I'm going to put more effort into doing some that, aren't necessarily live streams, but just like how to draw gesture drawing, dynamic drawing, things like that. Thank you, Gordy. All right, this lead is a little too fine for putting these details down here, or this ink, I mean. Hey, Steph, sorry, I don't know what that means. But thanks for the comment. Yeah, if you could give this a like, that would be great. And one thing that helped me drawing anatomy and the muscle detail and how everything ties together was muscle magazines, bodybuilder magazines. So once you get your channel set up and you're looking at your YouTube homepage at the bottom, there's a home, shorts, and then the plus sign. You hit that plus sign, it'll give you the choice to do a video, a short, or live. So you select live and set it up from there. Gordy, is that really what that says? That's funny. But that's where you find the live stream function, is that plus sign in the middle at the bottom of your YouTube page. Oh, 50 subs? Cool. Thank you for translating. So now I'm just adding detail with the inking process. Yeah, be sure to give it a like if you're enjoying this today. I know for a long time I was just watching videos and going back to the same channels and watching almost every day and not giving them a like, but it really helps the creators, us as creators, to know on the right track. 6, awesome. Yeah, for a long time I had 14 subscribers a year ago. So if you're consistent and persistent, now I have over 1,000. I'm going to do something here on this left arm. I don't like that design so much. Come in here, make it more like the other side. There. Better. Get rid of some of these pencil lines I don't need anymore. Thank you everybody for joining this morning. I really appreciate it, and the subs. That will help keep the channel going. Welcome to GCI live stream, where we do DC comic content. It's all about drawing and the love of art, comic book art specifically. Bringing the tones down a little bit, the areas that wouldn't be catching some of my light source is coming from up here. So this is all brighter, thinner lines, heavier, darker lines on this side. Getting this pectoral, deltoid, bicep junction kind of indicated with some shadow. I love to draw. I draw every day. And that's one of the keys. Improving your drawing skills is repetition. You have to draw 10,000 drawings you don't like before you start the ones you do like. It is basic. I have file casts full of old drawings I did as a kid and throughout my life, so I could kind of keep track of what was going on. Oh, H. Doy, thanks for making it back, man. About 40 minutes into this video. You nearly died. What happened? Man, be careful, dude. Don't anybody dying on during this live stream. Guess we wouldn't have known if you did, but still. One of the better artists, inking that is David Finch. He has started up YouTube channel again. He live streams on Monday nights. You can learn on him too. He's a professional comic book artist. Not a sure like me. Or a wannabe, whatever you call it. I like to keep this, see this lightning bolt is different. That's just my style of drawing the flash, and I like to keep it clean with no line work in it and make it really bright yellow. when it comes to the coloring stage. So I just keep indicating where shadows to be, using hash marks. If you want it a little darker, you do cross hatching, which I'll show you. So cross hatching, for those who aren't familiar, see I've got these lines on the top of the quadricep going this way. So if I want that a little dark, I come in a different direction and cross hatch it. It gives it a little darker tone, like a level 4 gray area. I like cross hatching. I like the way it looks. Get a finer line, do some fine detail on some of this. This one is a 05. I'm going to go down to the 02. XWT Microline Pigment Pen. Thing about these pens, which is cool, they don't bleed through. Like a Sharpie brand and a lot of those liner pens will bleed through. But just in case, when I come to the color, I backer board using my sketchbook to protect the page behind it. I've been using that same backer board since like 2002 on all of my drawings. Sometimes you got to change the angle of the drawing so you can get your line work the way you want it and keep the lines crisp and straight. It's a nasty day out there this morning. Getting snow and freezing rain. Yeah, just do some little line work to cover up some of these blank areas, just to make something interesting out of it. Obliques are always fun. Add some random lines. Obliques are the muscles out here that frame out the abs. They get some minute detail with these really fine ones. Thank you for the likes, and those of you who have subscribed today. I do appreciate all the support. Can't do it without you guys. Otherwise, I'm just here drawing and talking to myself. Thank you very much. So when you black out these areas, these bigger areas, you bring the lines out from the black shadow to indicate how the light is changing up. Going from dark to light. Hello, each toy. Plus. Thanks for the hearts. That's coming to life a little bit better. There we go. Thank you, everybody. Be sure to give a like and subscribe if you like it and want to subscribe. Best way you can support my content creator. On camera. Thank you, PF Chaos. Appreciate that. This is the GCI version of the Flash. Yep, hello. Getting the ink work done. The next video will be probably tomorrow. I'll be adding the color to it. We're almost at an hour. Time flies. Getting this calf muscle laid out. In the shin muscles. And the calf muscle on this side, kind of indicated. There we go, define the knee a little better. Bring this down to the boot. A discord? I'm not even sure what a discord is. I'm sorry. I don't think I have one. I've heard of a discord, but I'm not really sure what it even is. So this is my version of Barry Allen's Flash. I guess you could call it the GCI or my version. Barry requested it yesterday, so after I finished Batman, I went to this. I always thought he would need substantial eyewear if he's going that fast at the speed of sound and faster. Yes, I will get to the other one. There we go. Yeah, I have a drawing of the Black Flash that I did, the zombie version, and the Absolute Flash. That's all in this. All in this. Here's the Black Flash. Here's a Wally West I didn't really finish. There's a Spawn I did for my other channel. There's a Carpool, Carnage, being a host for, Deadpool being the host for Carnage. Let's see what we got here. That's not it. I know I gotta. Absolute Flash. Oh, here's Absolute Flash of West. that whole Absolute series they got going. Yep, so I'm doing, oh, that's a ghostwriter I did for my other channel, Gibson book. And here's a Absolute Catwoman. So, yep, I'm working on them bit by bit. Is it 5:09? About ready to wrap this one up in about a minute. So again, thank you everybody for your comments, participation, the likes, and I think I got a few subscribers this morning. I'll be getting back on here in a little bit on my other channel, Gibson Book. So if you want to watch some Marvel, I'm going to wrap up a simple Spider-Man sketch that I did on my other channel. So if you're interested in Marvel content, just search Gibson Book and see my stuff, and I'll be doing a live stream in a few minutes after I get done with this. Okay, that's an hour. Thank you everybody for watching. Next time I come back on this one, which should be tomorrow morning about this time, we'll be adding some color to the flag. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the likes. I'll see you on the next one, maybe over at Gibson.